And today we will fry steaks. Here are 4 steaks about 2 full 5 centimeters thick. Additional flavors, I believe, will not hurt us. Smoky paprika. On the thermometer is already 34 degrees. Let's cut the meat sooner. The juiciness is clogged. Greetings friends, Alexei Borisov here. Welcome to the Borisov TV channel. And today we will roast steaks. A great summer day, and I think everything will work out for us today. I just recently took this meat out of the fridge and it's cold. In today's clip, I'll show how to not only properly roast it, but also how to prepare it correctly. As for the steaks and the cooking process itself, it's both simple and complex at the same time. Seems like nothing special. Flip it twice every 2 minutes. It may seem simple, but there are nuances to ensure the meat stays juicy. And if you pay close attention and don't rewind, I will show all the nuances without any embellishments until the end. At the very beginning, as I said, we'll start with the meat, we'll get it ready. I'll be working. Outside we have beautiful, fairly warm weather without a scorching sun. Therefore, our meat will be aging to reach the necessary temperature. Here on the street, we'll simply charge it with a bucket or a food wrap. They have beautiful marble steaks. And by the way, not the popular brands that are sold in supermarkets, but our original Samara meat. It's second to none. We'll review the results and taste it at the end. Here are 4 steaks, about 2.5 centimeters thick. It may not be quite typical for steaks, but I want to marinate them a little. First off, to compare with meat that has only been salted and peppered. Extra flavors won't harm us, at least for the sake of variety. I have medium ground pink Himalayan salt. That will be enough for me. Next, freshly ground black pepper. It was literally ground for me at the market 10 minutes ago. Smoked paprika, let it give its notes. It's sweet and spicy at the same time. That's enough. And by the way, a couple of words about salt. Many people are afraid to salt the product at the beginning, suspecting that it will draw out some of the moisture and the meat will be dry. In fact, we checked both ways, there's no difference. We grilled 2 identical pieces of meat, salted at the beginning, salted at the end, the weight showed the same. Moving on, 2 medium tomatoes. I won't be able to tell you their exact weight, you'll just have to go by sight, but here we don't really need any precision. And so, I rub it in this manner. I only need tenderness, as one of my comrades taught me to do it this way. After we've rubbed everything, look, the soft part disappears and the peel stays in our hands. Just look, well, isn't it a miracle invention that can be patented? Olive oil is a key ingredient for marinades. Our next task is to arrange the meat in such a way that every piece of salt, pepper, a drop of oil, and the aroma from the tomato hits every side of the meat. Now we're going to prepare the grill, light the corner, and it's going to heat up without a starter for about 25 to 30 minutes. During that time, with the help of quick marinade, the meat will already reach the condition. And if you have a starter, you can prepare the meat earlier and the charcoal will be ready faster. After our previous cooking, the grill remained fairly dirty. But actually, there's no need to clean it, because when the temperature rises to 200 degrees, about 5 to 7 minutes, the grill can be easily cleaned almost white. Fat and dirt fall off. Just a moment. Guys who didn't know, use this simple life hack. You won't have to scrub in a sea of foam and waste your efforts. Everything is done in 1 minute while we are waiting for the charcoal. I wanted to say that I really love The Grill Engineer is on fire. Friends, comment below and share what you like to pair with your meat and steaks. Also, after the figs, I will grill these small cherry tomatoes. I think this will be very tasty. Pay attention how much liquid we poured into the meat, and there is almost nothing left. This means that the meat has absorbed all the juices, flavors, and aromas. To understand whether the meat is ready to be grilled, I have to measure the temperature. With a probe, I poke the thickest part of the product and understand that at the moment there are 24 to 23 degrees in the meat, which is just right. I like meat at a temperature of 55 degrees, so-called medium. And to not miss in the preparation and not to use any focoments, I put a probe until the end of cooking. We will roast up to 52 degrees, and at 55 it will distribute the temperature. We take out the meat. Cover the grill and return to the meat after a minute. After 2 minutes, we are ready to flip the piece of meat and cook it for another 2 minutes. The thermometer reads 34 degrees and we flip it to the first side once more. Pay attention to how beautiful the 42-degree color is and finally turn the meat over. The timer signals that the meat is ready. We reach 52 degrees, remove the probe, we no longer need it. Although later, after the meat distributes the juices and temperature, we measure it again and leave the very meat to rest for 5 to 7 minutes. Let the temperature distribute itself, and while the meat is distributing the temperature, let's dispel another myth. Blood from meat doesn't exist as such. Blood, as we know, runs through our veins, and what oozes from meat is a meat juice that has not yet had time to coagulate. Because when the meat is ready, which has been roasted like a shish kebab, and nothing is leaking here, it's correct, right? We still have time to lightly grill the cherry tomatoes and 3 halves of ginger. Literally 30 seconds. Friends, the ginger is ready. We remove it to the board to the meat, and the tomatoes are also ready. We also remove them from the fire. Oh, look how it's flowing. This is just wonderful. Now let's see what happened to the meat in the thickness. After it stood and rested for 5 minutes. We insert the probe. We observe the temperature is 53, 54, 55 degrees. What we wanted? Let's cut the meat. Look at this wonder broiler. We continue cutting. Let's try it sooner. And you know, if I find that I have too little salt, I can easily add more. And what's unique about this steak is that you can add salt during the meal. The juiciness is locked in. The steak is very tender and the grill marks are distinct. That is, it is immediately clear that we did not just char it, but cooked it over coals. This is a definite plus for me as a chef and for my guests as lovers of good meat. Now a couple of words about the grill. The grill. How did you understand what I wanted and achieved it? This is my favorite story. As for the marinade, it seems the tomato lost its acidity. Salt, pepper are present, paprika gives it sweetness. In principle, it's cool, but if you like traditional steaks, you can make the usual ones. By the way, write which steak recipe you like best. And on this delicious note, I have to say goodbye to you. I thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and don't be afraid to experiment. Goodbye, friends.